Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Think it right, out here in the lab in the wee hours of the morning. Why do what I do for you? You know how I do it. Let's go. Today, writers and 25 will live by storytelling, story with a message and story for life. These are life lessons. You're doing good. I guess the lessons falling off because the numbers has dropped a little bit, but I still appreciate those who tune in. Let's go out. I got you. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate all individuals in the sound of my voice to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. I'm giving you something you need to use. It's good for you. Right thinking is way of life. Through mental and spiritual discipline employed daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of obtaining spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. As the right thinking master, I want all my right thinking students to do just that. Know themselves. Okay? So that's the question. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. You don't know themselves, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them to know themselves with what? Spiritual knowledge of self. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Nothing you can do with them. They got their own way of thinking. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock. That's what I do. Wake you up. Knowledge of self. Again, a person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinking, know thyself. Until my act be true. Today, your boy comes from the streets. I lived the street life when it was feasible. Now that I'm a counselor, I guess, but I do outreach in Patterson. So now I'm helping people on the streets. I'm not running the streets, no, I'm just helping. And let's talk about, right thinkers, let's talk about street life. Is not the right life today. The streets ain't what they used to be. Let's talk about it. I do outreach on the streets of Patterson, okay? And when I got there 2 years ago now, there was the number one worst place to live, worst city in the USA. I never forget. I told people I got a job in Patterson. Patterson? Are you going to Patterson? Yeah, I heard it all, okay? I got love for my Pastonians, okay? I walk the streets and I talk to the homeless people on the streets. It's not good. It's really not good. I talked to one guy, a couple, picked him up, said, let's go sit down and talk for a minute. So I took him to the Popeyes, let him order, let his girl order, really talking. So we talking, we going back and forth. So I asked him how long he been on the streets. How long he been homeless? He told me 8 years. I made a quick decision. My man, you're not in a predicament. You're in a this is a life decision. But trust me, I appreciate it. I'm gonna do what I could for you. Give you a couple of dollars, point you in the right direction. Ain't nothing I can do for that. That street thing. I saw a brother just last week and I almost regurgitated, eating out the garbage. I almost threw up. I had to turn my head and literally walk, and we gave him food. We gave him a plate. We feed the homeless. That's what we do on the Wednesdays. We out there taking care of them. He took the plate that we gave him and put it in the garbage and started eating out of it. That's, it's not good. And when you on the streets, because of decisions that you made, things that you've done, that's, really understandable. But when you ain't trying to get off them, that's a you problem. That becomes a you issue. That's what I'm saying. So sometimes you end up, I've been homeless twice. So through circumstances, situation, bad decision making and wrong thing. So it can happen to anybody. But what do you do when you're out there? Slept in parks, slept in corners, slept under cubby holes, get through the night and get up and do what I gotta do. Been there. So, but the streets ain't like they used to be, okay? I have information for the people from Patterson. My job is to get the people who offering others free healthcare situation stuff to the people who need it. They got the places to do what they need to do. They got the people in place, but nobody comes to the doors. Why? Because the people who need it don't know. So my job is to put them together. So I'm doing my job. I'm the middleman. I'm taking somebody who needs something, somebody who got something for people who need it, and put them together. So I love what I do. I'm no problem with that. Okay, I'm helping people again. I'm a helper. In the streets. I'm in the streets with the health core, the healthcare information, and I'm listening to certain people and I talk to them. I try to give my sales pitch and try to work with them. They don't trust giving their information. They don't trust. They really have a distrust for society or the law or whatever, but they really ain't willing to exchange their information. That's sad. Okay, watch this. Today, if you're on the streets, today, you're not living right. And it ain't good because that's all I can say. Wow. If you're on the streets today, you're not living good at all. That's not a good place to be. And if you're out there because circumstance situation, you should be doing your best to get off of them. Stop looking for other people to do what you should be trying for yourself. And there's avenues there, people who looking to help you. That's why I do what I do. HCPC, we there for this healthcare. Passaic County people who need what they're offering. It's only going to be there for 6 months. After 6 months, all this information, all this good stuff is gone. So I'm just in the system. I'm working. That's what I do. Help people out in the streets. Okay, now I'm from the hood. I'm in the hood trying to do good for the people. But what I see is they don't trust giving up their information. I'm just being honest. I'm trying to help them. I can't even help the ones because they ain't helping. They're not going to, give up the information they need. Say, back in my day, all right, now, when I was in the street, I was a street runner. Yeah, people doing bad, but not like today. Things have changed a lot since my days. If somebody was down on their luck, we didn't take advantage of them. We tried to help them out. Drop them in the bucket, help them. Now, man, they kick them around and beat them up. And we really got away from being just good people, okay? Because somebody's less fortunate to do, they maybe take advantage of them. That's sad, okay? I was homeless, again, twice. I slept in the parks and the cubby holes on the corner buildings. The streets will eat you up. If you don't get off them, that's a merry-go-round that will only make you dizzy, and it don't give you nothing but dizziness. You got to get off. You got to get off. You got to get off. The streets are not what they used to be. Trust me. Respect for one another in the streets ain't what it used to be. If I'm doing bad, you doing bad. We two bad doing brothers. We don't need us fighting. We need to get together and try to make something happen. That's where it starts, okay? But, there you go. Where we at? Okay, where we at? Okay, now, where we at? Oh, yeah. The streets are not what they used to be, trust me. Back in my day, it was safe to sleep on the streets. I did it for a while. Yeah, it's good. It's okay. From May, June to early September, you okay, pretty much, So, yeah, I've been there, trust me. All right? But now, if you're a survivor, you can make it on the streets. I did. But you can't make it a career. You can't live in the streets. I found that out the hard way too. You love the streets so much? Okay. There you go. I was out there in the streets. Literally. All right. When I was in the streets, it was by choice. Not that I had to. I chose to. Again, I could survive. Okay, well, that's why I ended up. Okay. Another lesson. We ain't going there. That's another lesson. All right. Now, I love the street life until it was time to what? Lay down and go to sleep. You got no bed. You got nothing. It's cool, and you can finagle, and but when it's time to go to sleep, now you got to figure out a safe spot to curl up in and get a few hours. Real life, okay, been there. Trust me. When I was in the street, okay, did that one. Now I look, okay, now what I see now, the streets are not the place to be. If you ask me, why? Ain't no respect, ain't no safety, ain't nothing that's good. Everything in the streets is bad now. It ain't the place. It ain't the place to be. If you had to be an acquiesce to somebody else's situation, but don't be on the streets. If somebody giving you some place to lay your head, somewhere to get off the streets, and you don't show appreciation, you need to be back on the streets. Just one of them lessons. Well, I'm with it. Man, if you ain't got nothing, you should take whatever they're giving you. What I see on the streets today is not a good sight. Ouch. I'm not pleased with what I see in the streets of Patterson. So I'm there to help those on the street, but they're making it hard for me to help them. So I'm twixt in between. But I hooked up with my dude this week. We got different ways, different routes to try. But my goal is to help those who need the help that I got. I'm just bringing the help. So I could not do the street life today. I'm too wise for that way of life. I'm too old. I can't do jelly. Man, listen, certain things I used to do, I could do. Can't do no more. But that's being wise enough to recognize and knows the difference. I know most of the people in the streets today are down on their luck and have situations that's probably beyond their control, maybe some addiction to it, but nobody wants to be there. But if you're there and you don't take the help that people try to give you, how you gonna get off? Everybody want, but they don't want to go through the process. They want it now. I'm homeless. I need somewhere to live right now. I can't put an apartment out of my pocket. Can I say something? All right. Now, when I was in the streets, we was ignorant to what? Our higher self. Simple fact. That's how you end up there. Selfish, ignorant, and doing the wrong things. If you serve God, do the right thing, even on the streets, you'll get blessed. The situation don't stop the blessings. T.D. Jakes told you he'll come anyway to find you. If he owe you a blessing, he'll find you, you'll get it. Earn it. That's you see the difference. I talk to the homeless and I see mental illness right away. Already they have some issues mentally. They're not, and when I was coming up, we had psychiatric hospitals. Mental illness needs psychiatric help. Some medication, some therapy, but they need to be taken care of. They're walking free on the streets. And that's why they're homeless. They can't make good decisions. They're mentally ill. Okay? I'm offering mental health. I say mental health, oh, I ain't crazy. Turns them right off. So I gotta change that sales pitch. I'm gonna take that mental stuff. Why? Because that turns them off, obviously. Okay, let me wrap this up. Hope you got the concept. I don't see good street life in Patterson. Street life, here we go. Last one is no longer the right life. Trust me. When I was running the streets was runnable. Not today. Not the streets of Patterson. They clogged up and they backed up with a bunch of bad doing people who don't mind doing bad. It's hard to get them off for that. So I had to change my location. Why? Because they don't want what I'm offering. I already see that. So I keep moving around and try to find a sweet spot where I can get somebody who needs the help I'm giving out. I'm just trying to get that done. All right, here you go. Now, if you're on the streets today, it's because you can't live right with others. And that's a you problem. So, hey, like I was with my sister, I was with my aunt, but they took me out. Perfect example. And a lot of times, if you are a good listener, the person talking will tell you pretty much what you need to hear to make the decision based on what they're saying. Not what you think, not what you see, but what you're listening to. The person talking to you. Be a good attentive listener. You might find some things out. You too busy passing judgment and making assessments on. That's not doing them no good. The streets are not the place to be today. Nothing good is in the streets from what I see. Potentially, but again, to get the health care that's offered to them for free, all they gotta do is sign up, register, and then bring it to them. All I can do is bring it to them like that and explain it to them that that's what's there. I'm trying to get anyone who wants to get off the streets into a situation that's going to be beneficial to them, but it starts with giving up the information, going through the process. So I'm gritting my teeth and bear it. Why? That's what they want me to do. That's what I want to do. I'm going to help somebody. Okay, that's my motto. I'm going to help. I'm excited. Somebody going to get this. So I'm serious about that. All right, last one. From what I see, those people in the streets want to be in the streets. They say they want this. They say they want that, but they won't do the thing that they need to do to get off the streets. So this is a quick lesson about the street life. It ain't what it used to be, but I'm still walking them, helping those who are out there less fortunate, who need what I'm offering. I still want to do what I do. It's still for you. I appreciate you tuning in. I'll be back.